What's going on, digital family? Happy Friday, y'all. It's your boy Jerry. Welcome to yet another edition of Drive Talk on the United Public Square. Finally, the international break is over, and there's a lot of non-footballing talk with United. I'm not going to throw any shade. We all know United is the biggest club in England, so as a matter of fact, during the international break, there's a lot of talk going on behind the scenes, non-football related, right? The biggest news that broke was Jim Ratcliffe's purchase of 25% stake in Manchester United. So when the news broke, the only comment I made was that I'm not going to be reacting to this because it's been fluid for the past 11 months since the Glazers announced the sale. So I'm not going to be jumping on and reacting on every news about the sale, right? And I also said that I'm only going to react to it when I see an official statement from Sheikh Jassim. And I haven't seen that statement yet. And even it was mentioned that yesterday was when Ratcliffe and Glazers were going to rectify that 25% purchase. And that again has also been delayed. So I was right by not, jumping on the bandwagon and reacting like all the journalists have been. I'm just, following my feelings. So I'm just going to be waiting for an official statement from the Glazers, Jim Ratcliffe, or even Sheikh Jassim, right? That's the only way I'm going to react to this news because things can change again. So I'm not really going to be reacting to every news about the sale of Manchester United. So back to football. The Premier League is about to kick off tomorrow, and we have a game against Sheffield United, and we are going away, and it's going to be under the floodlights, 8 p.m. kickoff. So it's going to be a really, really interesting and a tough game. There's still no definitive decision on the sale. So I'm just going to hold my peace till there's an official word, you dig? So right now, let's get into it. It's Premier League resuming again, and tomorrow we have Sheffield United. We are going away. It's going to be an 8 p.m. kickoff under the floodlights. It's going to be a really, really tough game. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy one. We all know that any team that is playing Manchester United plays as like they are playing a final of their last lives, right? So it's not going to be a walkover. Every team is winning against Sheffield, but they're going to be pulling up when Manchester United come in town. We are going away to their grounds, and 8 p.m. kickoff, it's going to be really, really delicious. Ten Hag has also been talking to the press, and I'm going to jump into some of the questions and answers that the journalists posed to him during the press conference. The first question to Ten Hag was if he's aware of any decision about the sale. And of course, Ten Hag was like, I do not know. I mean, even if he does know anything about a sale, he's not going to come and sit down and outline a plan or a strategy for selling Manchester United. He is concerned about football, and he rightly mentioned that he's only concerned about the game tomorrow. He doesn't know anything about the sale. So that's what I expected of him, and that's how I expected him to answer in a way. And then it was, these journalists are so predictable. Like the next question right after the sale question was about Sancho and if anything has changed with Sancho, and he mentioned that nothing really has changed. If there's any changes, he's going to bring it. And at this point, it looks like Sancho is going to be exiting the club in January because he is too proud, very prideful, to apologize to Ten Hag. So I don't really see any way back for Sancho. The only way back for Sancho, like we've mentioned multiple times on this stream, is that he needs to apologize publicly to Ten Hag, and then also publicly, to the rest of the squad, which he hasn't done. And we all know this. Bible verse. There's always pride that comes before the fall of man. So I hope the people advising Sancho will really talk to him, just to let it slide and concentrate on football, because you're not gonna win any battle you fight outside the football arena. So if I was advising Sancho, I was gonna tell him to look, just knuckle down, concentrate on football, and play your game. But right now, what he's doing, it's like throwing it all away. This is one of the biggest clubs in the world, Manchester United, and this is how you're going to be ending your career at Manchester United. I mean, this is not really good. So Sancho, if you're listening to me, I'm begging you with the love of God, please do the needful, apologize to Ten Hag, to the squad, to all Manchester United fans, and then continue playing your game. Anyway, enough about Sancho. So that was the conversation that happened around Sancho. The next question after the Sancho question was if Ten Hag and the team can get a restart or a reboot, if you may, right? From the win from Brentford, is that going to restart his season? And Ten Hag mentioned you cannot restart. The season already restarted. It's not like you're going to go back and restart the whole season with the 20 teams in the Premier League. So we are where we are right now. He's going to pick it up from there. He mentioned the good morale in the team and how the cohesion is in the team, even when we went down, and how we fought back together as a team and fought strongly. That's what he's counting on to kick on, right? Instead of like looking back. We cannot look back, we have to look forward. So he mentioned we are going to be looking forward, we're not going to be looking back. But of course, we are going to be inspired by the results of the last minute win from Brentford, and then we're going to kick on with that. Ten Hag was also asked about Onana, and if Onana is in a good place right now. Ten Hag mentioned, look, he is a really good player. He's played in the Champions League final, quarterfinals. He's played in a lot of big clubs, and he expects Onana to pick it up and do better. He acknowledged the fact that things haven't gone right with Onana, but he is still trusting in Onana. And let me just put it out there, I'm also trusting in Onana. I'm backing Onana right now. I'm not going to give up on him just because he's got some blips in this few games, but I am really hoping that in the next game, for example, with Sheffield, all I can, do is trust him and hope he gets a clean sheet. It doesn't really matter if we win 5-1 and he gets like a blooper. That's going to be the talk of the town. It's not going to be like, oh, Manchester won 5-0. They're all going to be talking about Onana's mistake. So right now, I just hoping and praying, please, Onana, just get a clean sheet tomorrow. And that should start, kickstart your confidence as well. So that's what I'm wishing and hoping for Onana. And having said that, we'll just give an Onana prelude. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. It's all about Onana. You see me? So Onana, we are supporting you through thick and thin. I'm just wishing the best for you right now. And let's go get it tomorrow. A clean sheet and a W is what we're wishing for. Come on, let's go, United. Onana, you got this. And we have your back. Ten Hag was also asked about his thoughts on the Maguire boost. And he mentioned he's never had any boost of Maguire lately. And he also posited that Maguire has been playing very well. Obviously, he has been playing really well. In the last game, I mentioned that their stone that their builders reject became the cornerstone. He gave an assist for that McTominay goal. And so he also played very well in the England squad. So there's nothing really wrong with Maguire right now in his performances. But of course, we can criticize Maguire. But I've always said that the personal attacks should stop. Do not attack him personally. You can criticize his performance, but please do not attack him personally. So that's all I'm asking for, right? Let's just be empathetic towards the player. Support him if he's doing the right things, but you can always provide constructive criticisms. Do not personally attack him and all that. Insults and all those attacks being hurled at him is really unwarranted. So let's please support him as Manchester United fans. So that was it about Maguire. He was asked if playing Sheffield United is dangerous, and he said, look, there is no cheap or easy team in the Premier League. Every opposition in the Premier League is very difficult. He takes one game at a time, and he is not underrating Sheffield United by any means. And I personally think that, like I've already mentioned, it's going to be a very, very, very tough game. It's not going to be an easy one. Under the lights, under the cash, it's going to be really, really tough. I know that Sheffield United is going to give us a very difficult game, and I hope we step up to the plate. So that was it about that question with Sheffield United and it being a very dangerous opposition. A journalist also challenged Ten Hag about our away form. It was pointed to him that we are fourth from the bottom for worst teams winning record, and he said, look, we were third in the Premier League last season as well. If you are calculating all that loose percentages, look at it holistically, right? So he mentioned, but in any case, that was the future, and that was the past, and we are looking to the future. So I mean, I'm with Ten Hag on this run, right? Like, we do not have to be dwelling on the past. We want to obviously see improved performances, and I'm hoping that we have really had a turning point in this time. So that is my opinion on this one too. Question also came about Lindelof and his mental state, stemming from the fact that some fans were stabbed at their international game when Sweden was playing. He said Lindelof, of course, is shaken. He's tired. He had to face the media and talk about it, but he's still definitely ready to play tomorrow. So we are all sending out our support to Lindelof, and no one should go to a football game and never come home, right, because of any violence or any attack. So all our hearts go to the families of the folks that were impacted in this situation. The last question of the first half of the press conference was about how Ten Hag uses Bruno Fernandes and if it's playing him out of position, right? We've all seen Bruno Fernandes playing on the right wing sometimes and also on the left wing sometimes, right? And Ten Hag rightly mentioned we've had a lot of injuries. Ten Hag intimated he's not playing Bruno out of position just for fun, but it's just because of the injuries we suffered, and rightly so. We had a lot of challenges on the right wing. Obviously, Anthony was not there. We had the issues with Sancho, so the right wing has been a little bit challenging. Facundo Pellistri was the only one available there, and he trusts Bruno more than Facundo, obviously. And he's mentioned that Bruno creates a lot of chances, no matter where he is on the field. So I think Ten Hag is saying that he wants Bruno on the field at all times, and he's going to be shoehorning him wherever possible, even if it means not playing him in this right position. So that was what Ten Hag's reply was, and I kind of like agree with him. But on the same token, I wanted Facundo. You remember I was yelling and crying from the rooftops to give Facundo Pellistri more chances, and I think he should have played Facundo Pellistri more, or even played Mason Mount. I knew Mason Mount was also injured, so I'm looking. It's gonna be interesting tomorrow how he's going to do it. I don't know if he's going to be starting Anthony or have Mason Mount play in that position and then have Bruno play in the number 10 role, because we know Bruno can create a lot of chances against the very last team on their league table. So hopefully we get it right. So basically these were the questions for the first part of the press conference. The embargoed section is going to be released in the next 3 hours or so, so I'm going to do a quick reaction to that as well, and then do my predictions for tomorrow. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Peace. I'm out.